Joining us now, she is fresh off a historic week where she hit two grand slams in a game against Columbia, career high 8 RBIs. First team Sunbelt All Performer in 2025, where she hit 14 homers, became the second Appalachian State softball player to hit over 50 RBIs in a single season, and is ranked in the top 25 of top players in college softball, according to D1 Softball and Mid-Major Players. I speak of Maykala McClain, joining us here on In the Circle on D1 Softball. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right, let's go to that Columbia game. Take me through each at bat there. First with the first grand slam and then the second grand slam. Let's start with that.
Um, I wasn't really thinking about much at the plate. I was really just getting my barrel to good pitches. Um, but yeah, I try not to do too much, and I try not to have a lot of things on my mind when I hit. So I just go up there with a clear mind and swing away.
When you hit the first grand slam, you come up to the plate. Bases are loaded again. What's in your mind?
I wasn't trying to do too much. I was just trying to score runners. I wasn't thinking about hitting another grand slam in that moment. I was really just trying to put the ball in play, and either get a base hit or something down the line to right field to score the runners. So that's pretty much what was going through my head.
Well, you hit the grand slam, the second. What was it like as you rounded the bases and were greeted by your teammates?
Oh, it was awesome. It was definitely probably a top 10 feeling throughout my career. Um, it was it was exciting to experience, and my teammates were excited, so that made it 10 times better.
As a team, you're off to the best start in program history. What's been the key so far if you learn about your team through the first couple weeks?
We gel really good together. We all play really well in the field together. Our coaching staff, they do a great job with us and coaching us and leading us. So I think that has a big part to do with it. Just overall, we have figured out how each other work on and off the field. So I think that's helped us win games this season. And even the game that we lost, we still had each other's backs and we picked each other up. So we're ready to go get it this weekend.
You finished with some momentum late last year, learning how to win games. I remember talking to Coach Whitney Jones about it. Have you sensed that momentum's carried over to this year?
Yes, absolutely. I think a lot of the returners have carried that momentum into this year, and the new people that have come in have just fed off of that, and they're ready to go get and win just like we are. So,
Let's talk about you. Last year, as I mentioned, you were first team All Sun Belt. You led the team in almost every single category. You were among the best in every offensive category in the Sun Belt. How would you describe 2025? You were really good going into that season, but you really took it to another level, your game.
um, I was really just having fun. There wasn't a big secret to it. I was literally just out there playing softball with my best friends. So we just kept it light, and whatever happened, happened. Obviously, we want to win games, but we were just doing it for each other. So I think that's what really carried over into the end of that season.
So when you have a season like that, what do you work on in your own game in the off season to get better?
Me personally, I take it back to the basics in the off season. Just daily routines like brushing your teeth type of things, a lot of T work, front hand, top hand work. Um, just making sure my barrels are having tight turns to balls. But in the off season, I don't try to do too many extravagant things. I just try to keep it simple and then, like I said, go back to the basics. So that way, when it does come time in January, when we are working on pitch selections and spins and hitting different types of pitches, that way the mechanics are just there and it flows easy.
As somebody you have experience, you know what it's like to be in the postseason. Do you talk about to your teammates about that and your goals? Because I'm sure one of your goals is to make the NCAA tournament. You've experienced that in your career. Do you talk about that with your teammates?
Absolutely. When I was at Campbell, we won two rings there, so I know what it feels like to be in a regional and to win tournaments. And I think having that experience and talking to my teammates about it just gives them that extra drive to want to do that for this team. And all of us want to do that for the coaching staff and Coach Witt and just have a great season for them. But I think just giving them that wisdom about going into a tournament or what it feels like and how to play in it, it motivates them to want to have those same opportunities that I did.
No doubt about that. And again, you're off to a great start. Talk about your offense and the identity of this offense as a whole.
Our offense is great. We have a lot of good bats in the lineup, and we also have a lot of speed. So it's hard to get us out. Once we get Girk and DK on base, and we have Leah hitting cleanup, and so many other good bats in the lineup, that is it's hard to not produce runs for us. So it's going to carry out, and we're going to do nothing but continue to get better throughout the season. So it's going to be exciting to watch.
Let's talk about some of your teammates. Give me some of the players that have stood out for people maybe haven't watched your team closely. Who are some names they need to know?
All of them, really. There's not just one person that does it. It takes all of us. So the whole team, really, even people who aren't in the starting lineup, they all play a role. So they need to be on the lookout for everybody, honestly.
That's a good balance. Do you feel you have the depth balance offense there with power and speed, or how would you describe it?
Absolutely. We have a lot of power throughout the lineup, and we have a lot of fast runners that can steal bases and lay down bunts, and um, even power hitters are laying down sac bunts to move runners over. So we have such a dynamic lineup that like I said, it's hard to keep us off the bases.
Let me ask you specifically about Julia Girk. Hit over 400. Good hitter. Talk about what makes her good.
Girk, she just sees the ball really well. She has great pitch selection, and she'll take a walk any day of the week. She's not she's not scared to take a walk, but she's also not going to chase pitches, which is really good. But she's dynamic, like I said. She can bunt for a hit, and she can also hit doubles in the gap and home runs. So
It's pretty good. Of course, you got the vet Sophie in the circle there. Talk about her and her leading that pitching staff, which has more depth this year.
Soph is absolutely killing it. It's great to have her as a returner. She knows the defense behind her, which is great. So we all gel with her in that way. And just having, like I said, having her as a returner really brings a lot to the table. She knows the hitters from last year too that are still in the conference, and she just goes and competes out there, and it's awesome to watch.
Let's talk about your journey in softball. I want to start with what got you interested in playing softball growing up.
I actually started out playing baseball at a young age, and I played up till high school. So I didn't transition over to softball until middle school. So I figured might as well start. But yeah, I just started playing, and I loved it, and it was the closest thing to baseball. So I ended up sticking with it.
How was the transition from baseball to softball for you?
It was good. I'm glad I started out with baseball. I feel like it helped my swing a lot. Obviously, the swings are completely different, but I feel like it gave me a good base to work with into transitioning to a softball swing. So the change wasn't all that hard, um, but it was good.
Did you have favorite athletes growing up?
My dad,
Whoa, what did he do?
he played in the majors for the Yankees and the Padres.
Is
He was
that
awesome.
right?
Yes,
In the big leagues?
yes.
Nate, what's his name?
Mike McClain.
Nice. What position?
He was a pitcher.
What's it like having a dad that played at that high of a level and really learning from?
It was awesome. He used to own his own hitting facility in Climax, so ever since I could walk, I was in there hitting balls off the machine. So he taught me everything that I know to this day. So I couldn't be more thankful for that. But it was a great experience. My dad helped me with a lot, dealing with the failure of the game, because obviously we all strive for perfection, and he was always there to remind me that you're not going to be perfect. Like 3 out of 10 at bats, you get a hit, that's great. So um, it was it was great. He just really was there for me, and he always picked me up. But he was a dad, but he was also a coach. So it was a good dynamic.
Very good dynamic. Let's fast forward. You go to Campbell. You win, help win, then win a couple conference championships. There's some coaching changes as a result. You decide to enter the portal. You end up coming to Appalachian State. What was it about Appalachian State that drew you once you made the decision to move on from Campbell?
Definitely Coach Witt and the staff. When I got into Boone, I had my visit, and Coach Witt immediately came up and hugged me and my dad, and it literally just felt like home. I don't know any other way to put it. Boone is absolutely beautiful, and I love it, but really just the people in the community is what I really love.
Community very live. What's it like playing for Coach Witt?
It's amazing. If I could redo it all, I would have started out playing for Coach Witt, but she's done so much for me, and I'm beyond blessed to have that and have her as a coach and have our staff that we have. They do great and they take care of us. So that's hard to find.
How would you describe her style of coaching?
Um, I don't know if there's just one word for it. If anything, supportive. She always picks us up and lets us know that just because we have one bad game doesn't define us, and we go out there and we get it the next day. So she's just really encouraging and positive, and we all want to do this for her and win for her. So she has a great relationship with all of us, which is great. So really, she's just supportive at the end of the day, and she's a great coach to play for.
How much has she made you a better player? I know she runs, helps with the offense. She's an offensive mind, but she, played at Washington. So I would assume you've picked her brain about a lot of different things.
Absolutely. She has definitely she's done a lot for me. Not just softball, but off the field too. She's been a great support system and a coach and a person. Um, but she's definitely upped my game for me, and she's done a lot with fielding, hitting, just all around in softball. I mean, I can't just name one thing, but yeah, she's done a lot.
She can be intense too on the field. She's very competitive there, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, do you have a favorite story of her? Be her, either competitiveness or humor that she has?
A lot of the times, Coach Witt, she's very, very calm. She has a very calm demeanor. But I think my favorite is when she gets hype. Like if
Yes.
anybody hits a home run, or if one of our hitters like lays down a bunt and is safe, or like a sack bunt, like just like the little things of the game, she also gets excited about, and then it like fires out up the dugout. So I think that's probably my favorite is when she gets hype at third.
I remember, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say that one of the great examples of that was the Coastal Carolina game, I think, where you beat them on a walk-off. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Describe
Um,
that, because that was as I mentioned, you finished the season strong last year, but I thought that was like a turning point because I know when she got there, it was about learning how to win and things like that. And it seemed like that Coastal series in particular was a turning point. Am I accurate on that?
yes, for sure. Coastal was definitely one of those turning points. What's really fresh on my mind still from last year is the walk off against Marshall.
Oh,
When
yeah.
we hit the grand slam, that was a good game, and just seeing Coach Witt so excited and our whole team excited, that it was a crazy experience. Um, the atmosphere was amazing. The energy was great. So that was probably another top 10 moment in softball.
You had some good ones. Yeah, you're all were fun to kept it dramatic. That's for sure.
Yes.
On that, how are you a different player here at Appalachian State than you were, say, at Campbell?
I definitely have more confidence here. Coach Witt helped me with that, and she put the faith into me that I needed to have, and that helped me out a lot. But overall, I think it's just the confidence piece. I knew I could do it all along. I just needed to build up my confidence back, really.
Do you remember when you found out you were first team All Sun Belt?
Yes, I did. I do remember that. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I was with my teammates. And I think Coach Witt told us, and everybody was so excited. And that's the great part about this team. Like it doesn't matter who gets what, everybody's going to be equally excited for you and your accomplishments. So that's really great.
You get a lot of accolades as a result coming into the season. I mentioned you ranked in the top 25 best players in the country when it comes to mid-major softball players, according to D1 Softball, among many preseason accolades. Do you pay attention to that? Do you block it out? How do you handle all that?
Um, Honestly, I block it out. They're great, and I'm so grateful to have them. And I couldn't do it without my teammates and the Lord, obviously. But I try to block it out and just go out there and play the game that I play and not think about all that. Because at the end of the day, we're out there playing with each other and for each other. So it's not for the awards. It's not for any of the acknowledgement that I'm getting. It's just me and my teammates out there.
Sunbelt's a wild league. You know it. I mean, a game here or there, you could have been on top there. You mentioned Coastal. They ended up winning the conference tournament. Describe playing in the Sunbelt and what you as the returners and as a team learned from last year because you weren't that far off.
We learned a lot. We learned how to compete. We learned how to punch back even if we were down. So if a team scored the first inning, we would score the next inning. But the Sun Belt is very competitive, and I love that. And there's not a team that you can take lightly in the Sun Belt, which is great. It's good competition. But I think we learned a lot just how to compete late in games and pull out wins on the series.
Do you have a favorite road city that you visited last year or are looking forward to visit from the Sunbelt?
Ooh, from the Sun Belt. Trying to think. I can't remember really where all we went last year.
You want me to expand it? I can expand it to non-conference if there's one that really stood out to you.
Yeah, let's go non-conference. I think Auburn was a cool experience.
Okay.
Playing there. We played some good teams there, and even Georgia last year. But we played some really competitive games there, and we were right there in the ball game with them. And I think that was just really a testimony to what we were going to do later in the season, and even at the start of the season last year. We were hanging with those teams, and if some things would have went a little differently in those games, we would have came out on top, but it didn't. And I think that's the adversity we needed to face to be able to be successful last season. And I think we just carry that drive over into this year. And yeah, it's going to be a good season.
Yeah, you're getting some respect too as a team. You're ranked in the top 25 D1 softball mid-major polls there. I don't know if you all as a team pay attention to that, but do you feel you're starting to get some respect? Or do you rather just no, just keep we want that chip on the shoulder. We don't want the keep doubting us.
A little bit of both. I think we just deserve the respect. We work hard as a team, and there's a lot of the stuff we do that people don't see. Um, each player individually. So we we've earned the respect. However, we do play with a chip on our shoulder. So yeah, keep doubting us, and we're gonna keep beating you. So whatever y'all want to think.
Coach is going to challenge you scheduling wise. You're going to be in Chapel Hill this week and played a very intriguing tournament with North Carolina as the host. Princeton, a team that's been to the NCAA tournament, is in it. Ryder, NC Central. How far? First of all, how far did you grow up from? I know you're a Carolina kid, right? You're a North Carolina kid,
Yes.
Liberty, North Carolina. Does that sound right? I mean, where talk about where? How far is that from Chapel Hill? And could we expect a lot of friends and families in the attendance?
It's probably an hour from Chapel Hill. There's definitely going to be a huge crowd there for us. We got quite a few people from North Carolina on our team, so there's going to be a turnout for sure. But yeah, it's going to be a great series this weekend. Play some good teams and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, not to look ahead, but you're going to Knoxville after that. I mean, coach really wants to challenge your team, but I assume as players you enjoy that the fact you're playing some of the best competition as you get ready for Sunbelt.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all excited to be playing to play teams in higher conferences or different conferences. Um, I think that it allows us to compete at a higher level. Um, and that way in the Sun Belt, we're gonna be able to get ahead a lot. Just having that intensity when we play teams like that.
What's your goals outside of softball?
Um, my goals outside of softball are to hopefully open up my own business one day. I want to own my own hitting facility. Um, but we'll see. We'll see where softball takes me first.
Following your dad footsteps there.
Absolutely.
That would be good. Like maybe a family business.
For sure. It could be.
You want to play? Is professional softball something you're going to shoot for? Is that what I'm alluding to there? Sensing there?
Yes, that's one of my goals, but always have a backup plan just in case things don't work out. But yeah, it's something that I would love to do and have the opportunity to do. So that's what I'm doing, working every day towards that, and obviously to win a ring this year. So
You got pro softball in the United States. We got pro softball internationally. Is that you want to dabble in both? Because I know there's players that do both. There's one that only does. There's some that do international only. There's some that obviously only do in the United States. Do you have a preference?
no, I do not have a preference. Either one.
Just get me. Just
Yes.
I'm interested in playing there. That makes a ton of sense. You keep playing the way you're playing. I think you'll be all right. I have a feeling on that scenario there. What is going to be the keys for your team to accomplish the goals you all have internally?
Um, Jump out early in games. Don't wait, don't sit back. We just have to have that intensity every single game to go out there and win it, and don't take any team lightly. So we just gotta get ahead early, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna win a lot of ball games this year.
Describe being in Boone. I've talked to Coach Witt. You got some pretty good facilities there that have been built. Describe life there in Boone and being a student athlete there.
It's great. We're so blessed to have what we have, and all our donors and supporters who have made all that happen. But it's wonderful. Like just being out on the field, seeing all the mountains at practice, it's just a great environment to be around.
How important is it to put Appalachian State softball on the map as being one of your part of your legacy?
It's very important to us. It's our team motto, so we just strive for that every day, in and out of practice, games, weights, conditioning, anything that we do. We want the best, and that's what we're gonna get.
What about for you? What do you want people to say about you when you come back to campus, let's say 5 years from now, and your name pops up? What do you want people to say about you?
Um, I wouldn't really necessarily say about me, but as a team whole, I would like them to say, wow, they worked really hard for the future softball team that's going to be here and they built this program and just realize like the app is what everybody says it is.
Build it for the future there, and maybe he'll get another ring, right?
For sure.
Better get another ring. Hey, listen, I wish you well on that. It's been fun to watch you play so far in your career. I'm excited off to the great start you are, and thanks so much for taking the time here, Maykala McClain, to talk to us here on In the Circle on D1 Softball Center. Our best to Coach Witt. We're fans of hers here on the podcast, but keep up the great play, and thank you for coming on and telling your story to us here on In the Circle on D1 Softball.
Of course. Thank you so much.